Okay folks, this will be the second out of the 3 we have. This one's a miniature version, the other 2 are full size. Now this is a miniature size piece compared with the other 2. Let's see how we go with this. Trying to decide, I'm not very good at decision making, folks. This will be a challenging one, to say the least, being the size that it is. Okay, let's see what this little thing is. It is a Russian doll, one of those dolls that pulls apart to reveal smaller versions of itself inside. So this is what we're doing, folks. I think 400% might be a bit too big, to be honest, folks. So I might take out some of that enlargement on the vertical, maybe make it smaller, maybe make it 340. See how we go. We're going to roll it, which makes it really, really challenging, folks. Try and get the head up there, not to have it against the edge. So I'm just going to roll this little doll. Roll the doll. Yeah, funny little rhyme and spelling. Not an easy one to control, folks, I must say. It's a hot day today, folks. It's hot in here. I've got the fan going and I'm starting to sweat already. And that's come up looking really quite interesting. It's quite a wispy sort of look. You can't see much of the face, but you can see other parts of it that have come up interesting. That looks like a good one, hopefully. Yeah, that's come up looking really quite interesting, actually. You can just see the face there. And I might use that one as a master copy. Even though it looks a bit minimalist, it might come up looking nice. I might do one more just to verify that this is, we've got a good one. Maybe yellow's a bit wishy-washy or something, I don't know. Let's just try it again. Yeah, it's hot, folks. Fuck, it's hot. Sniff and I smell really sweaty. And that's come up looking really quite interesting as well, even though you can't see much of the face. I don't know which one I like better. This one's more interesting and this one's got more shape to it. That's showing the face. Gonna do another one, folks. Maybe I'll make a darker colour, or maybe I'll just see which colour we're going to utilise. Going to leave it on yellow. Yellow. Yeah, yellow is what I call a happy colour. It's a colour I associate with happiness and good times. Blue, on the other hand, is for depression and anxiety and feelings of dread and feelings of panic attacks. I really miss my partner Luigi, and I just feel so down and blue without him, and that's come up looking interesting, but it's not what we want. Trying to decide which one I want to use out of these two. I do think this one is abstract, but it's a lot more interesting. But yeah, these are an interesting little doll. I'm going to donate it, folks, sometime. They're kind of cute. I'm not into dolls, folks. Even these types of dolls. I'm just not a doll person, folks. I've just never been interested in dolls in general. I think this will make a good edge to work with. Try and get it in the page nicely. But I'm missing a lost partner, folks. His name is Luigi, and I really miss him to pieces. I really wish I could go and find him and get on trying to get on the Channel 9 6 o'clock news with my photocopier demos, and it's proven to be more difficult than I ever imagined when I started with social media back in 2012. And that's come up looking a real treat. The colour in that is absolutely delish. We're going to move it across, enlarge it a bit. I really miss Luigi, and I'm trying so hard to get in touch with him, and it's really proving to be more difficult than I thought. It really is, folks. It really is quite a difficult thing to do, to try and get the TV channels interested in what I'm presenting, and I've now come to the conclusion that Channel 9 is the station or the channel of choice, because they've got the biggest audience. They're the most powerful media here in Australia, and I really need that kind of power on my side, folks, to help me get out there on the 6 o'clock news, and I think that looks nice on its own. I like that there. But I really get lonely without my friend Luigi, and he is a friend as much as he is a soulmate, and I really need to get in touch with him. I'm really lonely without him, and it's proving to be really difficult living happily without him. I just don't feel a sense of well-being. I'm disabled as well, which means I don't earn much money, and this photocopier and this phone and my computer is getting old, and I can't afford to have them all replaced to keep me going. So I need some help from the TV world to help get me out there, and that's going to be a section we're going to frame that off. So I'm really missing him, and I really need to get in touch. I need Channel 9 to help. I need them to be of assistance to me instead of resisting me, instead of putting off what has to be done just because they want to put on the normal stereotype news like death, disease, disaster. You've heard me say this so many times, folks, if you've been watching my videos, but basically they just care about all the shit: car crashes, house fires, murders, rape, drug busts, that sort of shit that really, to me, is a load of shit. It's boring. It's just going to make people seem to enjoy. If it's true that people like to hear bad news, well, they're a bit silly because they're going to have their heads done in. People obviously love to have their heads done in. They're obviously suckers for, you could say suckers for punishment, to get your head done in by all this shit news that they like to typically sprout. And really, it is shit. It's bullshit. And I have no fucking qualms about calling it out as bullshit. You know, I don't understand why my material has to go begging. Or they like to play things like Powerball winners. Or they like to put on the occasional animal video as a break from all the doom and gloom, and that's all they put on. They have the same repetitive fucking tropes and stereotypes. And really, we don't need that shit. I know my stuff is not considered, you know, safe, as in it's not a sure bet. It's not like all that stuff. It's different. It's out of the ordinary. It's too different. The world, it seems like the television world is not ready for me or my work. It seems like the TV channels are not ready for my stuff. Got to enlarge it less on the vertical. Vertical. So it's like they're not ready for my stuff. They're too scared. They're too shitlessly scared that they're going to get less ratings, that the advertising dollar isn't going to drag it through. I don't even know how this ratings shit actually works, to be honest, folks, but all I know is that it determines how much money a TV channel earns and gets. Yeah. So, yeah. And I just don't like the way they do it, you know, where everything's all about what I've just said, all the shit that they typically produce. Typical broadcast material. And it's so stereotypical, it's stupid. You know, it really is. It's old-fashioned, it's boring. They even put on shark attacks. And we all know shark attacks have been featured in the news since the beginning of when. It's old-fashioned. It's boring, it's shit. Get a new one. You know, don't fucking... I get so angry with these shark attack articles that I just switch it. I just mute it. That's what I do, Channel 9. I mute the shark attacks because they trigger me into a rage. You haven't seen you've probably seen my rage actually on my videos, but I do get very angry when I see a shark attack on the bulletin, and it's like bullshit. It's like a load of fuckery. It's just too fucking cliche. It's stupid. I don't like cliches, folks. Cliches. It's not actually just a trope. It's a cliche. It's so tropey. It's a cliche. And we all know cliches are often come out in bad taste. And they are bad taste. No, they are. They're sick. You know, TV channels have got to get a new fucking direction. You know, they've got to fucking do something a bit more interesting instead of these tropey things that they typically like to air. Honestly, I'm sick of it, folks. I'm really over it. I just get so angry and so frustrated, and I just can't seem to get my material to go to air and to be on the air, which I'm just hoping so desperately for. You know, I need it, folks. I have no time to wait around. I am not rich. I'm not famous, and that's the thing. I need for me to get into the limelight. That's the problem. I have to be rich and famous. I have to be a success, but I can't be a success if I can't get into the limelight. So it's the old catch-22. You know, to be successful, you got to be famous. You've got to be well known. To be well known, you got to be successful. Or you know what I mean, folks. Honestly, it's so fucking dumb. And I just haven't got any fucking idea how I'm gonna play the system. You know, I don't know how to play the system. I'm trying my best to make my videos with a bit of drama, a bit of scandal, you know, with a bit of swearing and that, which just comes naturally anyway in this day and age. I do have a bit of a potty mouth, folks, and I do utilise that potty mouth quite a bit in my work, but I can't. You know, I need your help, Channel 9. I need your fucking help. There you go. There's another potty-mouthed spoken word, folks. This is not working, folks. I thought this was going to work. I'm going to have to try something else, folks, I do think. Oh, hot. And then I can't even afford air conditioning. I can't even afford to have a shower more than once a week. because I'm trying to save my little amount of money that I get off Centrelink and my disability employment, because I'm not able to work in a normal, so-called normal job. I'm unable to keep down a job in the open employment. However much I would have loved to have become a photocopier technician and been a success at that, but I never could. I was always good with the art side of the photocopier. I was never able to also work in a print shop. I make too many mistakes. I can't count very well, and if I talk while counting, I'm counting sheets of paper in my work. I just have to start again. I can't concentrate. I can't multitask while I'm counting. I have to fucking count without talking, and I'm just so fucking hopeless at any sort of clerical job. I'm really bad with clerical work anyway. I can't type. I've got what's known as an alternating squint. You'll often see me closing one eye because I can't use both my eyes together. So that's a fucking annoying. That was diagnosed by my local optometrist. So I can't drive a car. I've got memory problems. I had a cord around my neck and I came out breech. And that's the main disability, having problems learning new things and absorbing information and then retaining it. I can't do either way. I can't do both. And it makes it hard, and it's gotten worse as I've gotten older with the thing called the cognitive decline. So it's really not easy trying to compete in the open employment market. I say forget it. I'm just going to have to just accept that I have to be on Centrelink until such time as I can be self-sufficient as an artist and getting another income with my partner Luigi, who I hope to marry soon if I can just get on the news. And that's come up looking really quite nice. I think we can now call this demo quits.